You know, Cintiq is something that I need to learn, so I force myself to do it. Inking traditionally is what I love. It's just a matter of fun. I like to mix it up. Like I'll never abandon traditional inks, but I really need to move into the Cintiq and figure that out and keep doing better at that. This book's coming along a lot faster and better than Ghostopolis. Hi, my name is Doug TenNapel, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I do my comic. This is the sketchbook phase where I start almost all my books. I will go through and just start drawing loose character ideas, maybe to even titles and things. It starts very loose and it starts getting very specific. So after a while, I'll start having like main bad guys and main moments I'm trying to get to. And then I'll put it together and start working out note cards for a script. So it looks like a pretty traditional outline. I go 3 note cards first, that's a beginning, middle, end. Then I break those down so that each of my 3 acts has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So that'll be 9 cards of beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end, and the end has a beginning, middle, and an end. And then I'll start doing breakdowns of those cards into 3. So you'll end up with 27 cards. Is that right? Like I learned story by reading more classic literature and reading good dialogue. Watching movies with good dialogue in it really impresses me. Like when I hang on every word and just go, wow, they can really write. I'm trying to get at that more. It's also why I don't mind compromising some of the art by going to the Cintiq, because ultimately my art form is storytelling. And if the Cintiq helps me tell bigger, broader stories, and then it gives me something with that tool and what it takes away from the actual presentation. But then, my big trick is I'll do these panel breakdowns. So this is page 7 of the book, and this is a panel breakdown. This means this will be one panel in the book. This will be another panel in the book. I'll also start editing, like I need this dialogue up here, so I'll just grab a piece of it and put an arrow to move it up. I'll also do edits on the dialogue if I don't like it or think it's clunky. Writing is the easiest way to work on story structure and your outline. It just doesn't do any good. I don't understand how comic writers can just start drawing before the book is done. Now there's masters like Alan Moore who could pull it off. In the case of Watchmen, did a great job. I just can't do it. I can't start a story unless I know where it's going to end, because I don't know if a story is even worth telling until I find out where it ends. And that's the difference between a lot of my stories that are more plot and kind of character development centered over just a study of characters or a study of a situation that's really scary because you're in that moment. And then on the back of the script page over here, I'll go ahead and actually draw the individual panels that I've carved up on the page. I have 4 of these rectangles drawn on the back of the next page all through the book. Then I can start doing thumbnails. Now thumbnails is when you draw a small version of what the large comic page is going to look like. And I draw pretty tight thumbnails on this because of what I'm doing on this project, and I'll explain it later. But here's where I work out word balloon size. It's approximate, and you have to move them around. I spot my blacks. This is called spotting blacks. When you put in the large black areas, it's going to hold your page down so it doesn't look too light. I get character proportion down. I'm able to do a little more storytelling with it. And really, to me, this is the hard part of the book. Takes the most brain work of the whole thing. Yeah, the thing that you gain from a Cintiq is the ability to edit is really easy. So like laying out pages and, oh, I got to add a page here because I didn't put enough panels to break down, action or something. or if I need to add a story point that I'm really developing towards the end that I didn't put there at the beginning, I'll be able to add a page at the beginning to kind of help set it up so it's not just out of nowhere. You lose the analog effect of the brush, the drag, it scumbles and breaks up the ink, and just more control. It's a little easier to control. You know, when I'm in that Cintiq and my hand, it jitters a little more, so the line isn't quite as uniform when it goes, whereas it's really easy to pull a stroke on paper. So here we are at the scanner. Take this up, I'm going to load in my drawing, plan, scan, and it sends the scan from this machine to the computer. So now I've scanned this page into the computer. And I'm using a drawing program called Manga Studio EX. Now most of my books I ink traditionally with the ink and brush, and frankly that's my favorite way to ink. But sometimes just the books lend themselves more to a digital treatment. And I'm just going to show you some of the features of the program for why I like it. This is a stylus pen, and it follows, as you can see, the thing there. And I've already loaded my buttons up with different commands on it. So this will make the screen go big and small. See it zoom in, zoom out. I'm holding this button down and then slipping my finger up and down in the back. But first I'm going to do some prep work, and that's what's great about this program. This is my drawing layer, and I'm going to add a balloon layer. So over here it calls out the call box. I'm going to hit the word balloon, because that's going to be my balloon layer. Come over here and make a text layer. Text. Lastly, on top of everything else goes the panel layer. And there's. So what I'm going to do is, so you can see better, I'm going to take this penciled page that I imported, I'm going to knock it down to like 50% so you can see better. You see that? And now when I draw this panel, it'll be in jet black. Well, what's cool is I don't have to learn how to draw on the Cintiq. So everything that I learned about composition, giving a character a unique silhouette, so that even if you colored everything in, you'd still be able to tell who the character is. That's all stuff that I learned from drama, where you're acting for the back row.